Hi, this video is for Wednesday, April 15th for trigonometry. I'm going to be teaching you how to graph complex numbers. And before you can graph complex numbers, you need to know that this is the normal coordinate plane that you're used to. But when you graph complex numbers, this becomes the real axis, and this becomes the imaginary axis. So it's pretty similar to graphing points, but this is where you'll graph the real part. If it's positive, you'll go this way. If it's negative, you'll go this way. And then for the complex part, if you have plus like 2i, you would go up to on the y-axis, and if it said minus 2, you would go down 2 on the y-axis. So again, this is the real axis, this is the complex axis. So I'm going to demonstrate how to graph complex numbers. Okay, so the first one says graph 2 plus I. So I'm going to write that over here. 2 plus I. Okay, so the real part here is 2. Okay, so we're going to go over 2 on the x-axis, the real axis. And then it says plus I. This is like plus 1i. So we're going to go 2 to the right, and then because of that plus 1i, we're going to go up 1. And we're going to put a dot right here. Now, to finish graphing the complex number, you have to connect the dot you just made with the origin, like so. And that is how you graph a complex number. You take the real part, so it was positive 2, we went over right 2. And then plus 1i, that was positive also, so we went up 1. And then we made a dot there, and you connect it to the origin. And that's it, you've graphed it. Okay? So now we're going to try the next one. I upgraded to a real eraser, by the way. Ooh. Alright, so now it says graph negative 1 plus 2i. Okay, so negative 1, we would have to start here at the origin and go left 1. And then it says plus 2i, so from here we're going to have to go up 2. So up 2, and then you connect it with the origin. And that's how you graph negative 1 plus 2i. So hopefully that seems pretty straightforward now that we've done 2 of them. Okay. Let's see. The third one says graph 2 minus 3i. Alright, so let's think about this. 2 is the real part. So we're going to go right 2. And then it says minus 3i. So we're going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3. And put our dot right here. And then we're going to connect it with the origin. Well, hopefully a little straighter than that, but boom. I missed again. Oh well, you get the idea. Alright, so next up is negative 4 minus I. Negative 4 minus I. Okay, so negative 4, we're going to go left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then minus I, so we're going to go down 1. And then we're going to connect it with the origin. Like that. Okay, so those are the first 4 examples. Now I'm going to show you 2 that are slightly different because they either only have a real part or they only have a complex part. So there's a 0 involved in there. Okay. So example 5 says graph negative 2i. Okay, so I'm going to point this out to you. Negative 2i is the same as 0 minus 2i. So the real part is 0, so you're going to stay at the origin. And then for the negative 2i part, we're going to go down 2. Okay, so we're going to go down 2. So again, because the 0 part is the real part, you stay at the origin, and then for negative 2i, you go down 2, and then you connect it with the origin. So it looks something like that. Okay. Now, the last one says graph 4, and you're like, well, that's weird. How do I graph 4? Well, 4 is the same as like 4 plus 0i. So the real part's 4, so we're going to go right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And because the imaginary part's 0, we're just going to make a dot right here because we do not go up or down any since the complex part's 0. And then you're going to connect that with the origin. I'm not very good at drawing straight lines today, but that's it. Okay? So that's how you graph complex numbers. Okay, now your assignment for today is a little bit different than usual. I'm not posting a Google form on this. I attached to the notes, so you have to open the notes. At the bottom of the notes is your assignment for the day. And so on a piece of paper, I want you to do your best to draw these complex numbers and then take a picture of it and email it to me. Okay, so if you open up the notes, the very last page of the notes is where your homework is for the day. And I want you to draw those complex numbers on a piece of paper to the best of your ability. What I mostly care about is, does it look like it's in the right spot? It doesn't have to be immaculate. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just, is it in the right quadrant? Is it mostly right? Okay, so there will be 6 of those. Pretty similar to the examples we just did together. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And again, take a picture of those complex numbers that you draw at the end of your notes and email it to me. Alright, so if you need any help, let me know. I miss you, and I hope you had a nice spring break and a happy Easter. And tomorrow, there won't be a video for tomorrow, but you're going to read about what do people do with these complex numbers. Like, is there a job out there where they use complex numbers? So, bye.